This Tale of Bharunda Birds, Part 1. Beside a certain lake, there lived a species of birds known as Bharunda. They each had 2 necks but only 1 stomach. Now one day, one of these birds was rambling around happily when one of his necks chanced upon some ambrosia split somewhere there, whereupon his other neck pleaded, "Give me half of that." When the first neck refused outright, the second neck, mad with rage, began searching for poison and finding some, ingested it. As the bird had only 1 stomach, it dropped dead. Which is why I said to you before, single-bellied, double-throated, and the rest of it to have a common purpose is to be successful, concluded Sheeneck. Paying heed to this piece of advice, the doves, impelled by the strong urge to survive and live, now took hold of the net altogether and soared into the sky. High up in an instant, no more than it takes an arrow to shoot upwards, out of sight. The fowler on his part, seeing his net carried away by the flock of doves, gazed at the sight with upturned face, lost in astonishment, thinking, "Ha, how strange! Never have I witnessed anything like this before." And he recited this verse: "So long as these birds amongst themselves agree, they might succeed in carrying my net away. But since they quarrel and start to disagree, then not the slightest doubt they will become my prey." Convinced of this, the fowler started to follow the birds. Sheeneck, noticing that cruel fellow pursuing him and his flock and realizing quite clearly what the man was up to, remained calm and collected. Now Lightwing, the crow, who was watching it, all wondering at both Sheeneck's circumspect behavior and at the fowler's foolish attempts to follow the birds, gave up all thought of foraging and, filled with consuming curiosity, began flying behind the flock of doves, frequently looking up and down as he flew, as the birds above and the fowler below. As he followed the doves, Lightwing thought to himself, "What will happen next? What will this noble soul do now? And what will that perfidious villain think of next?" In the meantime, the fowler, following the birds on foot, realized that the flight of doves was safe from him on account of the difficulties of the terrain. Losing hope, he turned back disappointed. When Sheeneck saw that the fowler was turning back, having lost hope, he addressed his flock. "Well, friends, now we may all go on our way in peace, without fear, for it looks as if that villainous fowler has gone back. Our best bet now is to travel to the city known as Pramadarupya, because in the northeastern quarter of the city lives my friend Goldie the Mole. He will sever our bonds in a trice. So skillful is he that in no time he will release us from our distress." Eager to get hold of Goldie the Mole and have him help them out, the birds followed Sheeneck's advice. Soon they reached Goldie's fortress den and alighted near its entrance. In the circumstances, alarmed at the sound of birds alighting, Goldie, with timorous heart, took one small step, no bigger than a cat's paw, along the path leading out of his fortress den and stood peering out, wondering what on earth is happening. Sheeneck, however, took his stand at the entrance of the burrow and spoke as follows: "Ah, dear friend Goldie, come out quickly. Come and see the plight I am in." Goldie listened carefully to these words, but remaining within his fortress, called out, "Friend, who may you be? What brings you here? And what sort of trouble are you in? Tell me." To which Sheeneck answered, Why, I am your old friend Sheeneck, Lord of Doves, so pray come out quickly. Shivers of joy coursed through Goldie's little frame when he heard these words. His heart thrilled with delight, and he hurried out of his tent, taking one good look at Sheeneck, who with his whole retinue was caught in the meshes of the Fowler's net. Goldie inquired sadly, "Ah, my friend, what is this? How did all this happen? Tell me, where is the need to ask me, when you know it all quite well?" replied Sheeneck. As Goldie started to gnaw through Sheeneck's bonds, who was lamenting after this fashion, the Lord of Doves stopped him to say, "No, no, my friend, this is wrong. Not my bonds first, the bonds of my flock should be cut first." Goldie took umbrage at this and reproved his friend. "Your honor has not spoken well, nor out of decorum, sir, for servants come after the master." To this Sheeneck's reply was, "Oh no, don't speak like this, dear friend. These poor fellows, all of them, abandoned others to attach themselves to me. How can I not show them this modicum of honor? Besides, after gnawing through my bonds, you might get a toothache, or that evil-minded Fowler might come upon us here. In that case, I shall be doomed to perdition." Goldie listened and then responded, saying, "Ah, my friend, I know well what your duties as a ruler are. I said what I did only to test too. I said what I did only to test you, and in no time will have your whole retinue around you. As the proverb observes pertinently, the protector of the earth who at times displays compassion for his retainers and duly shares with them is worthy to be of no less than the triple world's protector." After making these observations, Goldie cut the bonds of all the birds and said to Sheeneck, "We will continue with this in part 2. So, here we go in part 2 of the tales of the Bharunda birds, part 2.